I believe that when you truly know yourself, you win. Welcome to On the Daily, the podcast where we dive real deep into human design, astrology, and your subconscious mind, all with the intention of you building your idea of a big delusional life and an even more delusional business. My name is Danielle McCleerey, and I am a master human design and astrology teacher, somatic coach, business mentor, public speaker, and seven-figure entrepreneur. My biggest gift is the ability to see beneath the surface, and I think too many people look outside of themselves for who they should be and what they should be doing. Around here, that is unacceptable. Around here, we break the matrix and really remember who the heck we are underneath all the programming. This podcast will give you all of the tools, mindset, and practical application you'll need to be everything you came here to be in the shiniest way possible. Are you with me? Let's freaking go. Hello, On the Daily family. Welcome back to the podcast. It is officially Taurus season. It started on Saturday. And I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about Taurus season because, like most of the year this year, I think that these different seasons are not hitting the way that they normally would just because of how many other astrological transits are at play. So we're going to talk about Taurus season. We're going to talk about everything else that's happening during Taurus season and, how you can use that energy for your benefit. So stay tuned. Before I jump into this episode, I have a brand new fitness and movement modality. It is called House 5. It basically is a 90-minute experience that embodies the astrological transits and takes into account what the stars are doing so that we can move our body. And it includes somatic healing. It includes nervous system mastery. It also will pull in different types of fitness modalities. And this is a brand new thing. I've started it a couple months ago. I am hosting it again this upcoming Sunday, April 27th. And if you haven't ever participated in a House 5 experience, I would love to have you there. You can participate live if you are in the Austin, Texas area, or you can participate virtually. We have virtual and live tickets available. The link for that is in the show notes, or you can always come to my Instagram, Danielle_on-the-daily, send me a DM and I can send you the link as well. But if you're just like wanting to move differently, and if you're like the person like me where you've just walked into different fitness classes or you've participated in different types of movement modalities and you're always like, like something's missing, this will definitely be for you. And so, House 5 is the experience of where we move differently. And I'm really excited to share it with the world. So if you would like to join us, click the link in the show notes and I will see you on Sunday, April 27th. Taurus season is here. And I think always for me, Taurus season, I don't have any placements in Taurus personally, but Taurus does rule my 7th house. So Taurus energy very much is present in my relationships, but Taurus season has started on Saturday, and it is always a time of alchemy after like the fiery energy that is Aries season. I feel like every time Taurus season rolls around, it's a really good reminder to slow down. It's a good reminder that yes, you're going to still move forward and yes, you're going to get everything you want, but it's also not a time to just be like, I guess, impulsive or, just fire levitating across a field. It's like, let's actually decide what we're doing and how we're going to do it and come up with a clear plan. I always feel like that for me is what Taurus season does. And it brings, like I said, it brings a really beautiful alchemy to the collective after Aries season. And this Aries season specifically was a very chaotic energy because Neptune also entered Aries at the same time. Pretty much the sun entered Aries. So it was just this like calamity of clarity and like people deciding that they know what to do. And it kind of, I think for a lot of people, it was a welcomed energy. It was like a very clear energy, but it's like, if you've been, the image I get is, if I lived in London for a few years, and I remember London is always London is always foggy, and there's always like a 2-week period in the summer where the sun just like comes out. And it's like if you're in London at that time, it's like all of a sudden the sun comes out and everybody just goes and like runs outdoors. It's very dramatic, actually. It's amazing. And it's dramatic where people will just like run outside. And that first day of sunshine in London, like everyone is outside all day long and everybody just gets so sunburned because they've been living in the fog for the last 9 months. And now all of a sudden it's like sunny outside and they're just like, go. And so I kind of think that that's what Aries season can sometimes feel like to people. It's like, especially this Aries season, because it was coming off of a Neptune and Pisces energy where everybody was feeling foggy. Nobody really knew like what to believe. If you think about in our collective, how like in on the world stage, how that was present, everyone's a health expert, everyone's a political expert, there's 1,000 different ways that it could be, but like nobody actually knew the definition for anything. And then all of a sudden Aries season came, Neptune moved to Aries, and it was like the sun came out for the first time after being really foggy for a long time. So everyone was like, go outside. And then I think metaphorically, a lot of people got sunburned because it was like you didn't gradually enter this new era. You just kind of went for it because you'd been waiting for it for so long, which is all well and fine. But I think what Taurus season now does is it brings in this alchemy to that a little bit. It's kind of the reminder that you don't have to suffer. Like you don't have to go get sunburned in order to enjoy the sun. You don't have to, break yourself in order to achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve. Or, you don't have to be so impulsive in order to get your message out there. I think that's really what Taurus season does, which is really beautiful. And remember, Taurus is very it's sense oriented. So it's always going to play to your senses. So really good food, grounding, earthy, springtime foods, really good during Taurus season. Movement, exercise, dance that really roots you into your sacral chakra, like into your root chakra. Taurus is an earth angel, and it is very grounded in energy. And I think that the more we can tap into that like sacral and root chakra of our body during this time and really do movements that connect us to the earth, walking, spending time outside, hiking, dancing, yoga, things that are really good for bringing us to the earth, really, really work well with the energy of Taurus season. Food is obviously good. Music is good. Taurus is all about the senses. So really spending time with sensory things that bring you joy, that bring you peace, that make your body feel good are really good things to do during Taurus season. The other thing though about this Taurus season, which can be, like I said, it's not a normal Taurus season because we have this like perfect T-square happening between Taurus sun, Pluto is in Aquarius, and Mars is now in Leo. So this fixed energy of like of Aquarius and Leo and Taurus are kind of forming this like perfect square with each other. So they're all three of these fixed energies are kind of squaring off. Which can feel like a pressure cooker a little bit. So I think for some people, it may feel a little bit like a pressure cooker energy where they're like, I have to get this done. Like now I know what I want and I have to go do it. And it's like, you might feel a little bit of this like internal pressure to perform or internal pressure to like make things happen. But also it's good pressure. It's going to kind of propel people forward, especially anyone who's been more affected by Mars being in Cancer for what for me seemed like 3,000 years. Cancer rules my 9th house. So overthinking my travel, overthinking like higher education, like it was just Mars in Cancer was not for me. And I don't know anyone who it was for, but Mars in Cancer was not for me. However, Mars in Leo is great. And I think for a lot of people, Mars in Leo is going to feel a lot better. I think the fixed signs are going to feel it a little bit more. I'm a Scorpio rising, and I'm a Leo midheaven. So I definitely feel that like internal pressure of Mars in Leo being like, it's time to move, girl. Like no more overthinking it, no more crying in your car, like time to go. So when you have that squaring off with this slow, sense-oriented, earth grounded Taurus energy, and then and then you also have Pluto in Aquarius, which is like, burn it, break the system, break the matrix, like, don't obey the rules, like, create new rules. Let's build the new paradigm together. I think it can cause a little bit of a traffic jam, if you will. But ways that you can use this energy of Taurus season to really propel yourself forward is to remember that Taurus is ruled by Venus. And I think Venus gets a really bad rap where people just assume that she's just this like Cleopatra type woman that just lays on couches and is fed grapes and like never has to do anything, but like gets everything she wants, like lucky girl energy. And like, yes, Venus is the goddess of love and she gets everything she wants. But let's not forget that Venus was also a warrior and she was ruthless and would walk across a battlefield of dead people to get what she wanted. So yes, Taurus is very focused on what's happening and it's very focused on achieving and it's very focused on its legacy and what it wants, but it's not willing to suffer to get it. And so I think what Taurus season this year is really going to show us is that our victimhood and our scarcity and our addiction to suffering is no longer serving us. I think collectively, we've seen this on the political stage. We've seen this in the social justice stage where the addiction to suffering that fuels addiction to outrage has really taken a front seat. And I think it's time for it to take a back seat because we don't always have to suffer in order to get the things that we want. We don't always have to be outraged to get a better life for people, to improve the conditions in which we live. Like we don't have to we don't have to suffer and we don't have to be outraged in order to get those things. Like we're allowed to slow down, we're allowed to chill, we're allowed to enjoy and to romanticize our life. And I think we've really gotten away from that over the last few years. It's really hard for people to just enjoy themselves. It's really hard for people to just breathe into their bodies. It's really hard for people to just experience like pure sensorial joy through the things that they're eating, the things that they're seeing, the way that they're spending their time. And Taurus season is a really good reminder that we actually can't have everything we want and we can't have the collective that we want, the global experience that we desire, not just for ourselves, but for humanity. We can't have those things unless we're willing to enjoy our life. And what's the point if we're not enjoying our life? I think that is a really good reminder that Taurus season brings us. And I think also Taurus season brings the reminder of where we need to slow down, where we need to, take pause and not stop, not cease to move, but just to really spend time thinking about how we want to move forward so that when we move forward, we don't have to expend our energy in ways that we don't want to. And I think that happens a lot during Aries season is people just go and they just run forward without a plan and then often have to backtrack. And it just takes unnecessary effort, which Taurus is not doing anything unnecessary. There's no unnecessary effort anywhere in a Taurus. So wherever Taurus is in your chart, I think look at what house Taurus rules for you. Do you have placements in Taurus? This is where you're really being reminded to slow down. This is where this month, this season, you're really being reminded to find the ground. For example, I have Taurus ruling my 7th house. I have no placements there, but that's my relationships, that's my collaborations, that's my partnerships. So where I think in Aries season, I was like, who can I collaborate with? Like, who can I work with? Like, that's the energy of it. This season is really reminding me like, no, but like, who actually do you want to partner with? Like, not everybody needs to be your business partner. Not everybody needs to be your client. Not everybody needs to be a part of your world. And I think, we have a really exciting new offer launching next week. And I'm really utilizing that Taurus energy to um, be grounded and be discerning in who this is actually for. This is not for everyone, and not everyone's going to get it. And that's okay, because I'm very clear on who it is for. And I think that energy is, although challenging for me because I am such a fire sign, Aries energy works really well for me. It's also where my Jupiter is. So my natal Jupiter. So I do really well in fire energy. I do really well in Aries energy, in Sag energy, in Leo energy. Earth energy is not always the most easy for me to accept and to practice. And I've definitely gotten a lot better at it because I do understand very clearly now the power of grounded discernment, of really enjoying things, of really taking time to romanticize my life and romanticize with this offer we're putting out, to romanticize the process and not rush it. So that feels really good. So wherever you have Taurus in your chart, and if you have any Taurus placements, I have a few clients that have a lot of Taurus in their chart, and it's just a reminder of where to practice grounded discernment. It's a reminder of where you can slow down, where you don't need to like rush into things. And I think it's going to feel good. It's going to feel good to romanticize that part of your chart. So like if Taurus rules your 10th house, this is your career and your public image. So you don't have to always be so controlling over how people perceive you. It's okay to just have fun in your business. It's okay to be grounded and rooted in discernment in your business. I think that is, if Taurus rules your 10th house, that is a good reminder. If Taurus rules your 5th house, this is your house of creativity, of birth, of play. So what are you creating? And you don't have to create it fast. You don't need to put pressure on yourself to decide what it's going to be before it's ready to be, and I think Taurus in the 5th is, I have a couple clients that have Taurus in the 5th, and a lot of them over the last month have been trying to create new offers or like a new structure in their business, or, wherever it is that they're working. And there was a lot of pressure to like figure it out. And I think what Taurus season is going to remind them that they can respond as needed, and they can decide as they go, which will be, I think, a huge breath of fresh air for them. Because again, Taurus is earthy. She's an earth angel. She is going to get what she wants, and she doesn't need to suffer. She doesn't need to hustle to get there. She can just enjoy her life and enjoy the pace that she goes at. And, it's kind of like that metaphor where they say like people who try to like bob and weave through traffic don't actually get there any faster than the people who just enjoy the ride. And that really is Taurus embodied in a message. Like, you don't need to rush all the time. Like, rushing is not going to get you there faster necessarily. And sometimes I think enjoying the ride is the most alchemizing thing you can do. So that square happening might cause a little bit of internal pressure, but like, let the pressure turn into diamonds, right? And you can look at like where Leo is in your chart, like what house Leo rules. You can look at what house Aquarius rules to kind of see the different themes that are going to be squaring off against each other. So for kind of reference, for me, this is Aquarius is my 4th house. So that's like my home, my roots, my inner work, motherhood wounds, those kind of things. Emotional inner world. Taurus is my 7th house of marriage, relationships, partnerships, collaborations. And then Leo is my 10th house of career and public image. So, this idea of home versus partnerships versus work is kind of like squaring off against each other and causing a little bit of internal pressure. But what it's doing is it's alchemizing exactly how I want to be spending my time. Like how many hours do I actually want to be working a day? Like, what do I want my day to look like? How do I want to feel every single day? How do I want my family to operate with my business and with like who I work with? All of these themes are kind of coming to the surface and causing a little bit of pressure, but the pressure is really good because it's forcing me to get very clear in ways that maybe I've been foggy for some time. So pay attention to like where those houses are for you. And, if you have a hard time reading your chart, or if you're like, I have no idea what you mean by house or anything, I have a masterclass that is a fully evergreen on-demand masterclass. You get instant access the second you buy it. And it's called Charted. And it literally is 2 hours of me teaching you how to read your chart. So if reading your chart is something that you're interested in, so that when we do these episodes and I'm like, yeah, look at what house, like you don't have to have a mental spiral over that. You can actually just know. And so then when I'm having these conversations with you, you can actually like understand them and integrate them in real time instead of having to go back and check your notes and, Google it. I just think having this knowledge it's like another language. So learning this language, even, it's like you don't need to be fluent in Spanish to go to Spain or Mexico or a Spanish speaking country, but knowing the basics and knowing how to get around will be a lot more enjoyable for you than knowing nothing. That's kind of what I think Charted is. It's kind of that intro to learning this language in a way that you can navigate around these kind of conversations. So it teaches you how to read both your human design and your astrology chart. And it's the link is in the bio, or the link is in the show notes, but the link is also on my bio and Instagram. So if you go to Danielle_on_the_daily and click the link in my bio, you'll see Charted, the masterclass. And that is a really good place to start if you're learning how to read your chart. So with that, happy Taurus season. Yeah, earth angels out there. Let Taurus remind you where the earth is. Spend time outside, take your shoes off, walk in the sand, walk in the dirt. Really spend time grounding this month and focused on where you're headed, because at the end of this month, as soon as Gemini season starts, Saturn, which has been in Pisces for the last few years, moves to Aries. So there's going to be a lot of lessons in how you move forward coming. So the more grounded and discerning you can be now, the more prepared you're going to be for that transit at the end of May. So with that, I love you all, and I will see you next week. Bye.